Welcome to Brilliant Clarity, where we illuminate education, tech, and motivation.
Maxing is this super cool TikTok trend that we as dietitians are totally on board with. Finally, a trend we can get behind, right? Honestly, there's so much silly stuff out there, it's refreshing to find something that actually makes sense. So, if you're new to our podcast, welcome. We're Kate and Megan, two registered dietitians who love breaking down nutrition science and giving you the real deal on what's in the media. Today, we're diving into fibermaxxing. We'll chat about what it is, how to make the most of fiber, and why it's so beneficial. If you've ever wanted a crash course on fiber, you're in the right place. We're kicking things off with a fun news segment where we share some client wins. We run an in-person clinic in Orlando, but work with clients all over the world, mostly in the US. Let me tell you about one of my clients from last night. He's not the typical dietitian client you might picture. He's got an engineering background but works in construction, and he's a good OL boy from Alabama. He's got a thick accent and a big beer belly. He'd be the first to tell you that. He's always on the road hitting up job sites, which usually means hotel breakfasts, full of bacon and sausage sandwiches or fast food drive-thrus for lunch. Dinner, think Outback or Longhorn with a big steak and maybe some white rice on the side. But guess what? This was our first follow-up, and he's already made huge strides. He's tried places like Ball, Fresh Kitchen, and Kava. I was so proud of him for stepping out of his comfort zone and actually walking into those places, even with a trailer attached to his truck. He took pictures of his colorful meals to show me, and he's been experimenting with all sorts of veggies. For breakfast, he switched to 2 hard-boiled eggs and a Chobani yogurt from the hotel. Huge improvements for a guy who usually wouldn't step foot in a place with a hot pink sign. He even tried sweet potato noodles and said, "I don't know, they don't look right, but they taste okay." And you know what? He's spot on. Those noodles can be a little funky looking. If you're thinking about working with a dietitian, we've got a special offer for our podcast listeners, $50 off a coaching package with us. You'll kick things off with a 60-minute consultation where we get to know you and your struggles, plus help you create a game plan. After that, we'll have follow-ups based on your needs. Just enter the code podcast50 at checkout. But hurry, this offer expires on September 1st. Now, back to fibermaxxing. You mentioned it's like a Gen Z rebranding of something dietitians have been recommending forever. I can't take credit for that. It was in a New York Times article, but it's a fun way to say we're all about maximizing our fiber intake. We dietitians have been preaching this forever, but let's be real. Our delivery could use some work. We can be a bit boring, right? When I first heard fibermaxxing, I thought people were going to be downing crazy amounts of fiber supplements. But no, it's just about getting 30 to 40 grams of fiber a day, which is totally within the recommended range. In the dietitian world, we call that the RDA, or Recommended Dietary Allowance. Some guys even benefit from over 40 grams a day. So, what are the perks of fibermaxxing? First off, fiber keeps you feeling full. It's like a magic tool for satiety. Think of fiber-rich foods, fruits, veggies, whole grains, even avocados. They take longer to digest, which means your stomach stays fuller for longer. This helps you avoid mindless snacking and keeps you from going back for seconds or thirds. Picture this. You've got a piece of white bread in one hand. You squeeze it and it falls apart, right? Now imagine an apple. Good luck breaking that down. The bread digests super fast while the apple takes its sweet time. That's what we want. Foods that take longer to digest. People often talk about weight loss, and fiber can help with that without making you feel deprived. Protein gets a lot of hype for weight loss because it also takes longer to digest, but fiber does it in its own way. Pairing protein with fiber is where the magic happens. Think of carbs with fiber as premium fuel for your body. Like putting high-quality gas in a Ferrari, you wouldn't fill up with cheap stuff, right? The same goes for your meals. You want the good stuff to keep your engine running smoothly. And what about folks who struggle with constipation? Hydration is key. Water should always come first. But if you're drinking enough and still having issues, then it's time to boost your fiber intake. Fiber adds bulk to your stool, making it easier to move along. It's all about keeping things comfortable down there. I love that you mentioned hydration because I've seen so many people eat tons of fiber-rich foods, but forget to drink enough water. They end up thinking they have some unfixable bloating issue, when all they really need is more water to help break down that rough fiber. Think of it like a sewer system. Liquids help move solids along. Without enough liquid, things can get stuck. But unlike a sewer system, a healthy gut microbiome is a beautiful thing. Fiber promotes a thriving gut microbiome, which is super important. It's wild that fiber is actually a carbohydrate our bodies can't digest, yet it brings us so many benefits. Those little microbes in our guts thrive on fiber. So if you're not getting enough, those good bacteria can die off. That's why we're not fans of low-carb diets. They make it tough to get enough fiber. Sure, you can find fiber in nuts, seeds, and avocados, but you're way more limited. Eating more complex carbs helps feed those healthy gut bacteria, leading to a healthier gut microbiome. And it doesn't stop there. A healthy gut means better stool quality and less bloating. Plus, it can reduce systemic inflammation, which is a hot topic right now. Inflammation can trigger a lot of unwanted issues, so keeping it in check is crucial. I'm super passionate about discussing how all of this ties into fertility and reproductive health. It's amazing how fiber and a healthy gut can impact so many aspects of our well-being. So, if you're looking to up your fiber game, we're here to help you every step of the way.